Yo, welcome guys to the second stream of the day. We are watching Dominance and Karma today play. And before we jump into the game, I'd like to introduce Steno, who's going to be commentating with me, as well as Super John. So, guys, welcome. How you doing, Steno?
Yo, hello everyone. Welcome to this game. Um, Last time we forgot to introduce the team, so let's go ahead quickly introduce these teams, talk about these two teams, and then get started. So I'll go ahead introduce Dominance. We have Mug, Humor, Model, Mr. Blood, and Hut. And on the other side, you could go ahead.
Oh, yeah, you left me the harder names to say. Yeah, we have Stalker, we have Mr. Little, whatever. A few more names that I'm not sure I can pronounce better. Let's call him. And yeah, you can probably see on the in the game. I'm not gonna bother pronouncing some of these names, but yeah, we have as mentioned Dominance versus Karma. So let's see how it goes.
You got Highland here. Dominance loves Highland. They go Highland every single time. Their last game against Frenzy, they played two Highlands, but they weren't able to win this map or that game, losing I think 3-0. But here they are again in Highland. Humor gonna leave this OD for Model. He uses a repair kit. Make sure he picks that one up. I know most of these viewers maybe don't know who to vote for. I'm gonna go with Dominance. I'm putting all my channel points in Dominance. These guys better not let me down. Highland is their map. They should be able to get a first two here. Karma, a team which we haven't seen too much. I think we have streamed them before. They're going to be using Dictator in this mode model right now with the Viking overdrive, but he's very low. He doesn't have the help that he really needs here. He's gonna get taken out. Mug using an overdrive, but both of those players still low. Mug actually able to survive that, but DPR gonna spawn in with the Tesla, gonna take him out. Right now, it does look like it's pretty even. Humor, he has that Eris OD, and he knows at this point how to use those Eris ODs for sure. Definitely wanting to send that down. Wasn't able to help Model there, but Dominance definitely have the offensive. They are pretty aggressive to the start of this Highland, and it's mostly been them being the attackers here.
Exactly, you can see these early dominance from Dominance. It's they just are controlling the map, at least so far they were pressuring the blue side really strongly. Now finally, for the first time, if I'm not mistaken, the blue side being Karma managed to break out somewhat. um, there is Humor with an overdrive there hiding, trying to hide from Scorpion unsuccessfully. There is another overdrive falling in the middle, which might be a good addition to Karma, but I'm not sure if they can take it. Maybe I'm wrong. It's gonna be tough. Definitely
Oh,
no, Mr. Blood and job there.
A nice take there from Mr. Blood. Uses that OD, and Humor's OD gonna come in, help Model. Mr. Blood also healing up these players. Quick first capture here, and this is why I don't like to give out predictions. A lot of the times I see in the chat, they're like, "What? Who should we predict?" I would give out a prediction, and the prediction's at 100% dominance winning this round. So the whole stream is with us on dominance winning this round or winning this game. Dominance with the first good capture there. They used a couple of overdrives, but they feel like they definitely deserve that capture. The DPR and the rest of these players haven't been too offensive, and I think I've taken a look at Karma here. Maybe in Highland, they have Tesla on Paladin, and he's been playing pretty offensive or defensively with that. He has an OD here. He could have maybe gotten Mr. Blood, but he gets two. Model comes back. Mug is very low. He won't be able to do anything. This is definitely going to be a pull. They just got to take care of Hut. Oh, I don't know
Exactly.
why
That
they're
was
Viking. Sorry, I don't know why they're Viking is their
that
OD
was
there, but
weird. Yeah, but yeah, that's gonna be a first capture for Karma. There it is. They're back in the game. It is a tie 4 minutes into this first round in this amazing map, Highland. What do you think of Highland? How do you personally like it?
honestly, I don't really prefer Highland. I feel like it's pretty easy to tie here, and that's why like I'd rather go to a map where it's a bit more easy to attack. Highland can definitely be a map where one team can defend, and you gotta work pretty hard to get that flag. But Dominance have been playing really good in Highland, and somehow they get this map every single time they get this map. But against Karma right now, they are one flag to one flag. Just a
Hmm.
bit of lag here. Mr. Blood gonna take up this flag. So I don't really like it personally too much, but I think Dominus really do love this map.
Yeah, I kind of get what you mean. It looks like they know what they're doing. Definitely. There is a second attempt to pull. Mug is stuck, unfortunately, to the dead tank there, and that's gonna stop him. Mr. Blood is alone. He has Paladin Overdrive, but that's not gonna be enough against four of the players from Karma. All right, so
Yeah.
we've talked about dominance a little into details. What about Karma? What do you know? Any recognize any of these players from before?
Well, I've seen them play before. I've streamed them. I've commentated. I think it might have been against Voyages, but in that game, I think they played Red Alert and Voyages. A pretty good team. They made quick work of them. They won 3-0. And Karma's combinations are a little bit weird, I would say. They have a
Mm-hmm.
dictator here, and he's mostly been using his OD in defense, which hasn't been really good. His last OD wasn't even able to pop off, and I feel like it's pretty typical that right now it's 1-1. You have Stalker on Hunter Firebird. I feel like DPR really likes Tesla. I think you could
Mm-hmm.
easily put uh, Tesla. You could easily put Tesla away and take Firebird on Paladin instead of Stalker having to play. Like on the other side, you see Mr. Blood, Paladin, Firebird. I think that's definitely maybe the better combination. But they're honestly able to compete with Dominance, who they I would say they really play this map a lot, which is a bit surprising. So I guess I have to tip it, but they have been mostly playing a bit passively.
Yeah, I'll agree definitely. We've seen a lot of combinations, but Dictator wasn't the one among popular ones. There is Mr. Blood now trying to sneak behind everyone. He does have a full health and ready to jump into action, but he's taken out luckily.
Yeah, and DPR
Um,
also unable to pull that flag on the other side, losing his Paladin OD.
mhm. Right. So let's see what's to happen in the remaining 3 minutes. Plenty of time for both sides to catch up and take the first win. I mean, I always mention that the first one is just the most important one. Once you get into the tempo, it's hard to it just mentally as a team. You know, it just gives you that boost from the first round. You manage to win, and you just continue pushing more and more into the second one. But of course, the first one doesn't have to mean much also because uh, it's just the first round. People, I mean, teams are just testing one another, seeing what they're capable of and how well they're playing, and so on, getting used to one another. Right? There is Mug trying to buy time for Mortal to take that overdrive, but unfortunately, it wasn't enough. He had to pick it up, but it is still an overdrive for their side.
Yeah, both those teams there had some pretty good opportunities. Right now, Caramel, or not Caramel, Mr. Little Caracal gonna use his OD, doesn't do too much there. Mug got the nervies in that corner there. He tried to stop that attack, but those players were already taken out. Uh, oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. BMW popping off his Viking OD, but he's so low. I think I commentated this Karma game with Bravo, and me and Bravo were a bit frustrated because this Karma team doesn't matter how much HP they have, they are ready to pop off that OD. Karma also, keep in mind, they don't have an Eris. They are dropping Eris for Dictator, and I feel like Eris OD in this map is just so helpful. But who is their Crusader player on Karma? I feel like he's been doing a really good job at focusing Humor, taking him out, and not really setting him up to use an OD. Dominance has been waiting for one of those pushes where Humor can send down an OD. That will really help them pull a flag. Right now, they're struggling. They have 1 minute left. I feel like they really have to make a play. They got to work together, and then Humor sends in that overdrive, and they'll be able to pull a flag.
I see. Gotta say though, Drug, the one you call the DPY, I think
Yeah.
that's a friend in Russian. Basically, he's been doing an amazing job with Tesla and Paladin, as you mentioned. He seems to be pretty good with Paladin, right? Let's
Yeah.
see. Yeah, let's see how much he can actually do. I don't know. I'm not sure about. I mean, yeah, Tesla is fine for this map. It's not too wide. It's not a lot of open spaces. It can work out well. There's an overdrive from Humor.
Yeah, and keep in mind you got 15 seconds to get this flag all the way across. It has to be uncontested, but it is contested. You see those players spawn in from Karma, gonna block Mr. Blood there. That attack was a little bit too late. Even picking up this flag, there's nothing he can do. Stalker gonna hit him with an OD stun. First round gonna be a tie. So this is why I don't like Highland, because I feel like Dominance is definitely the better team here. But in Highland, it gives opportunities for teams to tie. It's hard to pull like this, especially with ODs, and I feel like they weren't able to set up that attack. Humor was getting focused by their Crusader. He wasn't able to send that Eris OD, but they did make that play, but it was just too late. Not enough time on the clock. If they did that a little bit earlier, maybe would have been able to get a
Hmm.
flag through. But Karma does a good job at defending. You said you did compliment their Paladin player. What I don't like is their Paladin player plays really defensively with that Tesla, and they don't have too much attack. And I'm kind of surprised they were able to get that first flag. It didn't look like BMW did too much, but I think it was DPR that was actually able to pull that flag. So in the second round, Dominance, they want to be on the offensive, but they don't want to lose a flag at the same time. They've seen what happened in that first round. First round gonna end in a tie. Second round is gonna start, but luckily enough, that second map is not going to be Highland again. I'm pretty sure we are going to Iran. Oh no, we are going to Red Alert. So the second map going to be Red Alert, a map that I like a little bit better.
Okay. Looking forward to see how's that gonna turn out. But yeah, so far we are in the same map. They're gonna switch teams, which is major. Um, I mean, I think we can agree there is that the one side is obviously a little bit more in advantage than the other one. Um, but yeah, we're about to jump into the second round and see what's actually going to happen. How it's, I think after the second round, we're gonna get a glance of how it's gonna end or how it's gonna look later in the games, right?
Yeah, like for now,
Let's.
pretty
Mhm.
even, 1-1. You can't really say one team is better than the other. So you're right, the second round, we're gonna get a bit more information, see kind of what team does a bit better. But I do think in Red Alert, Dominance will look a lot better than the other team. But right now, it does look pretty even.
Exactly. So yeah, the Karma might actually take a chance of this map while they still have it, right? Uh, but don't underestimate him. Also, let's maybe they're ready for the second map more than they are for this one. So we're gonna have to wait and see. But we are now starting in this second round, still in Highland. Sides are switched, so we have on the red side Karma and Dominance on the blue side this time. Let's see now if Karma can do something from the red side more than they did in a previous round.
Yeah, off the start, does look like they're playing a bit more offensive. I did want to see that dictator being dropped. I don't even see where the dictator player is. It looks like they're playing with four right now, but Model gonna take this route here. I think he has a repair kit. No, he doesn't. He's going to get taken out, but I still don't see that fifth player on Karma. Oh, he spawned in now. It looks like he's using Eris. Let's go. I think that will definitely help him out. So maybe a better second round for what are these guys? Karma.
Mm-hmm. Right. So first minute is down. There is an overdrive falling once again. Let's see who's going to take it. It seems like overall more controlling. Wow, that was weird, laggy. It seems to me like overall more controlling is dominance, which would go perfectly by their name. But I mean, that's still okay as long as Karma is going to catch up. What do you think? How important it is in this particular map and right now as it is to control the overdrives? Because to me, I don't think it has that much of an impact, unlike the other maps. But it still, of course, does.
I think like for sure gotta control those ODs,
Of
especially
course, yeah.
Viking and Eris taking it. I think it's pretty big because in this map as well, like a Viking can or any player can use the OD and be really effective with it and take the next overdrive and go back for the next overdrive. So you have those plays there. But so far, it did look like Dominus was able to get that OD box. Humor was able to pick it up, but they haven't been able to do much. It's definitely I feel like these players every time they attack, they're like, "Oh, it's a fortress," because all of these players on Karma really playing pretty defensively. I don't think they've really made it past into Dominance's base so far. Stalker a little bit laggy, but he's going to be the
Hmm.
first to break that boundary. Gonna make model low, but again, I think this second round is going to be a slow game. So I don't know who's going to win. It does look like Hut. I did see it earlier, but I didn't mention it. Hut is gonna be using Shaft here. Could help a bit. Ooh.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, 7 minutes and 20 seconds on the clock. Let's see now. There is some kind of a contra push from the red side, being Karma, but doesn't look they're gonna get far, as there is a whole blue side in the base ready to defend. Right, you can see straight off there is Humor controlling middle as always with Ares. There is Model pushing on the left side of the blue base, and on the opposite side also there was a Mug and Mr. Blood, but they're going to be taken out one by one. There is a Humor with the supported overdrive. Let's see if that's going to help a lot. Model used his Viking overdrive. That ball managed to heal him in the last second, but still, unfortunately, he didn't have a repair with himself and couldn't continue. There is the push is still happening. Mug together with Mr. Blood, but they're both going to be eventually taken out. And Karma once again defended the base successfully. It doesn't look to me that like they're struggling this round from the red side, unlike they did from the first round, right?
Yeah, it does look like they have been a lot better at protecting that flag, and you saw it firsthand right there how hard it is to really attack and get a flag there. Model used his overdrive, Humor used his overdrive, Mr. Blood came through uses overdrive, and Mug also used an overdrive. Maybe not the best ODs used, but a lot of ODs used to try to pull that flag, and these players from Karma really surrounded them from that exit, and they weren't able to go anywhere with that flag. So they do want to take this OD. Deep here being really annoying here. And XE Jopui is gonna help DPR pick up that OD. And now looks like BMW is on the attack, but you're gonna have dominance players spawning all around him.
Right. Half of the time of this round is gone already. Can you believe it? Like time is flying. 5 minutes almost already completely done in this second round, and still 0-0. You can see the difference from the first and second round. We had a tie 1-1 in the first round, and now in the second round, it was for the majority of the first round, if I remember well. It was like in the last 5 minutes, it was already 5-1 or so. And yeah, now it's last 5 minutes of the second round, and it is still 0-0. So huge difference unlike the previous one. And Mortal is going to once again try to jump in and push there. He's alone though, so not having high hopes for that.
Yeah, there's literally not much you can do. Like, there's honestly not much you can do against this team, Karma, who's defending
Mm.
very well. Deep here, actually gonna waste an OD there, but maybe Mr. Blood. But you see the
Uh,
focus, like everyone comes to that flag. They really, I think Karma really just trying to tie here and go and try to win in Red Alert. We've seen them play in Red Alert before, so maybe they're a bit more confident there. But Dominance, I feel like they got to stop going this map, even though they really like it. It's hard, and it gives opportunities for these teams that you feel like you might be confident to win over, a chance to just tie against you.
yeah, Stalker now tried to steal this overdrive from Humor, but unfortunately, not gonna be enough. Um, Yeah, 3 minutes, 48 seconds. It's definitely Dominus is struggling to steal that flag, but I don't know. I think at this point, as you said, the Karma is just focusing and waiting for the next round. They maybe realized it's not going to be an easy task to steal the flag from Dominance, and while doing so, they're risking their own flag because, of course, they can focus on defending and offense simultaneously. Um, but yeah.
Yeah, and I'm gonna be a bit harder on Dominance because they're my friends and they're like looking forward to being streamed today. They gotta use their ODs better together. They know that this team is just really kind of focusing on defense. When Humor sends that OD, they gotta work together. They know how hard it is to pull. They can't waste all of those overdrives. I wish, like, honestly, I'd wait for all of those players, Mr. Blood, Model to get his OD. Hut doesn't really need it, but Humor, Mug, Model, and Mr. Blood, they gotta use those ODs and push together to get that flag out. They have 2 minutes to do so, and I definitely think they do want to win one round here in Highland. So I'm a bit critical of them. They will be an OD dropping in 10 seconds. So I feel like this play for this OD box can work. Model can use and try to take here. Mr. Blood also uses. This might be finally an opportunity for them. He does see deep here as well. He's gonna pick up that next OD. Humor gonna send his OD to Mr. Blood. This is looking good. Stalker is
Oh
going to
wow,
try.
that
Oh,
is
Model just uses again.
yeah.
Make sure that they're going to capture this flag. Well done by Dominance.
Definitely, this is as heartbreaking as it gets for Karma. I mean, they've been doing pretty good in defense, and they're I guess as we already mentioned, they've been focusing on just getting through this round with a tie, but it didn't work out well, and now they have nothing else left but to push hard in the last less than 2 minutes. Let's see how far
Yeah.
they can get.
Definitely though, it was just a time. Like eventually it was going to happen. They weren't really applying that much pressure on offense. They were mostly, as you said, focusing on defense, and it was the only time was tell when those ODs from Dominance worked together to try and get that flag, and it finally happened there. They were able to pull it off. A very nice play by Model. Humor had a nice OD, but Mr. Blood was the initiator there, going in with his Paladin OD, bringing it back. It's 1-0 for now, and the thing is, last time we've seen Dominus be up 1-0, and that's when Karma starts pushing in, and they were able to get that flag last time. BMW already wasted his OD, and it looks like Dominus really gonna try to stop these guys from trying to steal a flag in that last second, especially with Hut there with his shaft. He's going to be picking off these players as they cross out in the open. BMW going to try to take this OD. Hut does want to take him out here. Very low, does take him out, but I think they will still be able to pick up that OD. Ooh.
Right, last 40 seconds. It doesn't look too bright for Karma, but yeah, it's only 1-0 for Dominance. There is still plenty of rounds to go. If so, if Karma, of course, will make it up in the following rounds, right? But yeah, it's gonna be basically it from this first 2 rounds in the Highland. Last overdrives are gonna be used, and last shots gonna be dropped. Um,
Yeah, so Dominance gonna take a win here in Highland. A bit unfortunate because I kind of expected them to take both wins here, but Karma had a pretty good strategy. They had that fortress defense, but Dominance. They know that teams are going to be playing like this in Highland, and they've been training for this. They played a lot of Highland. They got to know how to use those ODs together. In that second round, they did a good job of using that OD, but maybe we'll have a more exciting round in Red Alert where you can't really be doing that. I haven't seen Dominance play Red Alert too much on streams, anyways, on official games. And I have seen Karma play against Voyages in Red Alert. I just want to see which team crossed out for this. So it does look like Dominance did select Red Alert. So maybe we'll see a bit more exciting game right now. 1-0 for Dominance. They're going to have to win at least one of these rounds in Red Alert.
mhm. Yeah, as you mentioned, they need to now focus on winning. They have some something to catch up on, and dominance is not an easy task to win, right? Um, so yeah, I'm really curious how it's gonna go. I can't say they've been playing bad because that would be a lie. They've been playing absolutely amazing these two first rounds, but the dominance is was one step ahead here and there, and overall overdrives control that was the stronger side of dominance, and for that reason they managed to take the win into this in second round, which is gonna give them a lead of 1-0. And now we are waiting for a red alert.
Yeah, and honestly, Karma, they did a good job at making sure that they tie in that Highland map. But I'm honestly like kind of like curious because it was Karma who selected Highland to go to Highland, and that was their strategy to just tie or play defense. So that's a bit interesting. I feel like if you're going to select Highland, you're gonna have to have some strategy for offense there. But Karma not able to win a single round there, but they were able to tie that first round. They're gonna head over into Red Alert, which might be a bit better for both of these teams. As we said, we're just gonna be waiting on the link.
It is
Well,
their
yeah.
map was just created, so we're getting closer to this third round. Um, Alrighty, so 11 minutes. Sorry, it's not even filled yet. Red alert, right. So, what do you think of the sides? Let's start with that, with the map overall.
Yeah, sure. I just want to ask the question to the Twitch chat. Which team do you think is going to be better here in Red Alert? Do you think Dominant's going to be better or Karma going to have a different game here in Red Alert? Anyways, for this Red Alert, not 100% sure that Dominance will play on this bottom blue side, but it does look like they will. I think this blue side, Bravo says is a bit worser. So the red side most of the time does have the advantage, but on the blue side you do have that OG a bit closer to you, so you can try to control that overdrive. But I think Dominus, I think they got it. I feel like they got it. You got Motto, pretty good Viking. You got those players spread out now, and they could use some strategies, use their ODs together to try to get a win here. The combinations look good. You got Paladin, Ricochet, Ares Thunder, Viking Hammer, Hut. I don't know. I don't think he should play Crusader Shaft. I think he'll change over to Scorpion maybe, but no sign of Karma in the map just yet.
Yeah, let's see. Hopefully, they're gonna show up for their third round. Yeah, I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. There is nothing else we can do, really.
Yeah. So right now we're waiting for Karma. I I don't think I don't think they should have forfeited. I hope the teams are just loading in.
Yeah, I'm hoping as well. I don't want to don't want this to be a edge from it. We'll see. Not entirely sure what is going on right now. We're gonna have to wait and see if the team is going to show up or admins are, of course, working
Yeah.
on that. So I just give it a moment or two. To
We have a
find out.
question in the chat, Pro, and I'm gonna transfer this question to you. A lover says, what are your thoughts on Dominance's offense?
What's I think it's offensive pressure, but yeah. Um, what are the thoughts of dominance offensive pressure? I mean, it's been working quite well. At one point, I was gonna say in the second round that all the pressure that dominance was giving upon Karma, um, they were just defending and defending, and they couldn't find a way out to do the contra push because they were just keep coming and coming, and that was a kind of at some point it seems like it was a loop, which wasn't too good for Karma, of course. But yeah, I think it was working out well, and it paid off with the capture in the end. So there's that. That's what I think. But yeah, would you agree, Steno?
Yeah, I think it was all right. Dominance, of course, are my boys, but I'm gonna be critical of them. I feel like they could have done a lot better with their offense. Of course, they had that offense pressure, but that's because Karma was just mostly staying their base. I think they could have really capitalized and taken advantage of that more because what team are you going up against in esports where their team is just mostly in their base? You could really take advantage of that, and it really looked like Dominance at times were struggling to pick up a flag or do much damage to their base. But as you said, it did pay off for them. They were able to get that second round, but I need to see them play a bit better in Red Alert. I definitely think they are the better team, and I need them to prove
Mm-hmm.
that to me, and I need them to show us that skill gap between these two teams. Over here, Mug jumps up. He's gonna pick up that first OD, and Just a few more seconds, and there's gonna be a self.
Yeah, I agree with you. I definitely 100% agree with you that they seem to be more skilled players and more recognizable, of course. I remember plenty of them from the whole team. But they definitely do need to prove their point and what they're here for and capable of doing, right? And so far in these 2 rounds, although they managed to pull out the win in the second one, they weren't showing that dominance, right? But maybe that's gonna change in this red alert third round. We just jumped in as they're gonna be taking the blue side, and for the red side, we are having Karma once again. Luckily, they're back, and there were no troubles.
Yeah, it looks like most of these teams are using similar lineups. The only difference, you got Rixo, Paladin, Ricochet. He's not a bad Paladin player. I think he tops like he plays a lot of matchmaking. I always see him in matchmaking. So he's gonna be playing Paladin Ricochet on the other side. I've seen Stalker with Paladin Firebird before. He's not bad here with Paladin Firebird, but Rixo was actually able to pull that flag. Stalker is taken out with Model and Rixo, and it does look like he will capture this. But Model, why are you escorting him? Go take the OD. He's very low now, but doesn't look like Karma really spotted that overdrive. So looks like Model will be able to take this pretty easily.
Exactly. It is the first capture, just like that. But let's hope that was just the beginning luck, right? Let's hope it's not gonna be it from this round, and that Karma can fight back. They are, after all, on the red side, which I don't know. I mean, do you think the blue side is more dominant? The
No,
better?
the red side is a bit better, but
Yeah.
I'm expecting Karma to get dominated this round. But BMW has a good opportunity right here. The canal's
Okay.
completely empty, but
Modal though.
he's gonna have to use that
Ooh.
OD in defense, try to return that flag. Looked a bit scary there, but they're gonna keep this 1-0 lead, and they're still pulling.
Yeah, that was an amazing job from them. Managed to return and pull the flag simultaneously, and that is going to be their second capture. That was a good try from Karma, but unfortunately they put all attention to that one flag, which didn't work out, and they paid a price for it, right? There is Mr. Little using his overdrive for just one person, which is questionable, but better safe than sorry, yeah?
Well, this is what I was talking about in Red Alert. I feel like the skill gap will show a lot more, especially with these overdrives. And I did mention it before. Like Karma is not hesitant at all to use those ODs whenever they feel like it. Mr. Little just gonna defend that against Reek, so maybe possibility of him using the Paladin OD. But you have an OD falling now, and it doesn't look like any of these teams are really timing it or going for it. Motto will get taken out here, so he will be able to go for it if he decides. But it looks like Humor is going to pick that up. Rixo and Mug still trying to work this flag here, but they're getting focused a lot. Mug still getting that HP regeneration, makes it out very low, but Mr. Little with that Thunder Splash going to take him out and take out Rixo as well.
Yeah. So far, an amazing job there from their side. Humor's going to be taken out there from the bridge. He's just camping with Ares, doing as much damage as possible with the Thunder. Um, Model, though, is going to cross that bridge now, take out 2 of the players there. Maybe not, he's going to leave them. However, Humor is back on track. On the other side, we have Mug and Hut pushing the far right of the blue base. Modal barely alive, pulling this flag. Rixo is going to try to support him. He's also running out of health, but there is that overdrive. Perfect. You can now see, as you said, the skill gap. You can see the difference between the overdrive from Mr. Little earlier and now Humor there. That was an amazing overdrive. Really helped out. I don't think they would be capturing that flag without that OD, which is, of course, third capture. So um, yeah, let's see how far they can get now with this contra push. Contra overdrive comes down. Quite a good job he did there. But it's not going to be good enough. The whole team was focused on Karma. Poor Karma players, man. I feel kind of bad. They're trying though. They're not giving up, and that's what I love to see. Yet another try from the center, but Model just in the right spot at the right time. This is the third in a row now pull, but no, it's just not gonna work out, unfortunately, for them. There is a Droog behind the house camping with the Scorpion, locking, trying to deal damage, and so on. Just thought it's good to mention that side damage that nobody's expecting. It just comes from the skies, right?
Yeah, a lot of aggression recently from Karma, but they don't have any more ODs. Hunter used his OD, but everyone from Dominus had the repair kit there, so it just countered, and they were getting picked off one by one. Motto and Rixo right now, they have a good opportunity for this flag. Rixo going for that jump up, but Little Caracal is right behind him. Humor does have his OD here, so when he spawns in, he could maybe help with this offense, but I don't even think he has to use it. Model does get locked, but I think he'll. Oh, it actually was Hut that was locked. Then Dominus easily capture that fourth flag there.
Mm-hmm. Um, that was a 4-0 right now, and it's not really looking too good. I think this is the last round for Karma, unless they can pull a win, right?
Yeah, you're right.
Well, that,
So
yeah.
Dominance won that second round, and if they win this third round here, then it's gonna be impossible. Yeah, they just have to win this round here, and I think Dominance will
Mm-hmm.
take it.
Yeah, as we expected or hoped for Dominance to show that skill gap they have. They did definitely 4-0 right now. They're not struggling at all, controlling every and each overdrive, and definitely dominating this round and map. And there is no excuses from the, of course, from the Karma side. They have the red side, which seems to be a little bit more positive. But yeah, definitely Karma has been fighting. They're still fighting, not giving up, and big thumbs up for that.
Yeah, Humor uses Air's OD, it was okay, and DPR kind of just messed up there, just flips over. Rixo doesn't even have to use his overstrap, maybe he did have to use his OD, but Model is there, he's gonna capture that fifth flag, and this is a big flag difference, especially in Red Alert. That's how you know one team's just doing a lot better than the other. 5-0, 2 minutes, or well, you could say about 3 minutes left in this game, and it doesn't look like Karma is going to be coming back from this.
Yeah, 2.5 minutes left. It is just like that 5-0. It just keeps going. Pain doesn't stop.
Mhm.
Um, but it is what it is. It was a fun match to watch, especially the first two rounds. It was kind of equal. Do you think that dominance wasn't warmed up, or do you think it was just that the map just didn't suit them well? Because they
Right.
were at some point struggling against Karma or in the equal. You can see the difference between the first two rounds and this third round. Model.
Model, he's gonna flip over. He's waiting for Humor to come hop on him or Mug to come pick up this flag before he self-destructs. Mr. Little gonna use his OD here, but Mug just gonna counter it, and there's no really sense in using that overdrive there. Maybe he was trying to pull, but to your point, this is what I think it was just the map, because and they were struggling in that map as well. Like, is their map, but Highland really just allows for those opportunities for a team that might be a bit worse than the other to kind of even it out and go for ties, especially. So Dominance, they gotta stop playing Highland. I even though they like this map, like just look at the difference between Highland and Red Alert. Highland 1-1. Tie first map, a second map they just pulled one flag, and then here in Red Alert is 6 flags to none. So I think they should kind of transfer a bit more. Sandbox is good for them, I think, or maybe like Iran. Iran might be a bit more difficult, but definitely
Hmm.
Sandbox, Sandal, Red Alert are some good maps, and it's good that they have Highland in their arsenal, but I don't think it should be their primary map. It does look like they're going to win this game though. Right now 6-0 still. Karma not able
It's
to
pretty
pull a
tough.
flag. Oh yeah.
But yeah, as you said. There is a question though. What are your thoughts on Karma, and what changes will help their defense be better? You kind of answered already that, but what changes could they do? What advice would you give them if they were here listening? Hopefully, they would be after.
I think Karma is just a new team, and they're just figuring things out. They're still figuring out how to use their overdrives. I think individually, this individual skill is also playing a big part of this game. I think there's a lot of skill that they need to work on, and a lot of hours that they need, but also the overdrives. Overdrives haven't been too good for this team either.
Hmm.
But
Yeah,
it's
there
a
is
new
the.
team, so they're still feeling it out, still learning this format, and I think dominance 100%. Like we're predicted to take this game.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. Wouldn't said it better myself. But yeah, that seems to be it. It's gonna be a win for another win for dominance. This time, much more difference within the score, 7-0. Um, yeah, they definitely. I think they should work on their communication. Figure out maps, of course, train a lot, control the overdrives, and so on and so on. But I see potential. I think they're not doing that bad overall.
Yeah. Yeah, I think Karma, they need a lot of work, to be honest. They need to figure out a bunch of stuff still. Even Dominance, they're an alright team, but I feel like they have a lot of potential, but that like I haven't seen Frenzy play, but I'm confused on how Frenzy won that game. Bravo's saying that they're not a bad team, but I feel like that's definitely a game that Dominance could have won. Right now they are 1 for 2, but after this game I think they should be going 2 for 2, and these this team is going for this overdrive, but I'm pretty sure the game's over.
Yeah, I'm also questioning what's happening. Um, yeah, all of you, thank you for joining. Definitely in the stream. Definitely the ones that watched the first stream. The match
Yep.
is over, and the score is 2-0 overall for team dominance, of course. Well played from both sides. Um, thank you guys for watching, talking to us, commentating. Leaving comments in the chat. And yeah, it's been a pleasure, Steno, as well as Super John. They're quiet, but of course doing all the work to make it possible for you guys to watch. Any last words you'd like to add?
Yep. Welcome back to the team pro. I know we didn't commentate together
Yeah.
before. It's our first time, but you were an old commentator, so welcome back, and thank you again to Super John. Congratulations to Dominance for winning this round, and yeah, I think that's it. We're looking forward to tomorrow's matches. Tomorrow we have Papega against Knockout, which is the Prism, which is the grand final game, and I think on the RU stream you'll have Diamonds playing for the Prism Paint as well. So we'll see you in those next games. Thank you for joining us, and have a good day.
Good day, good night.